Every year in Kenya, millions of Kenyans wake up to higher taxes, new levies, and rising costs. And most people don't know why. In 2024, Kenyans took to the streets. They rejected a finance bill, and the president listened. But here's the question. What exactly is a finance bill? And how does something written on paper in Nairobi end up affecting the price of bread in Kisumu, fuel in Mombasa, or data bundles in Eldoret? Stay with me. In the next 4 minutes, you'll understand the whole process, from start to finish. Simply put, a finance bill is the government's official plan for how it will raise money to run the country for the next financial year. Think of it like a household budget, but for an entire nation. If your government wants to build roads, pay teachers, fund hospitals, and keep the lights on in government offices, it needs money. The finance bill tells us, where will that money come from? It can propose new taxes. It can increase existing ones. It can remove certain taxes. It can introduce levies on goods and services. In Kenya, the finance bill is introduced every year before the end of June, because our financial year runs from the 1st of July to the 30th of June. The finance bill is written by the National Treasury, the government ministry that manages Kenya's money. The Cabinet Secretary for Finance leads this process. The Treasury looks at what the country needs to spend, how much money the Kenya Revenue Authority, the KRA, expects to collect, and what the gap is. Then they propose ways to close that gap. Once the Treasury is satisfied, the bill goes to the President's Cabinet for approval. If the Cabinet signs off, the bill is taken to Parliament, specifically to the National Assembly. This is where it gets interesting. The bill goes through several stages in Parliament. Stage 1, first reading. The bill is officially tabled before the National Assembly. This is mostly a formality. The members of Parliament are simply told, this bill exists. Stage 2, public participation. And this is the stage that most Kenyans don't know about, but it is one of the most powerful. Under Article 10 and Article 118 of the Constitution of Kenya, 2010, every Kenyan citizen has the right to participate in the lawmaking process. This means the government is legally required to ask you, the ordinary Mwananchi, for your views before the bill is passed. You can attend public forums. You can submit written memoranda. You can speak through your member of parliament. This is not a courtesy. It is your constitutional right. Stage 3, committee review. The bill then goes to the Budget and Appropriations Committee, a special parliamentary committee that reads the bill line by line, considers what the public said, and can recommend changes. Stage 4, second and third reading. The final vote. The full National Assembly debates the bill. Members of Parliament can propose amendments. And finally, they vote. If the majority passes it, the bill moves to the last stage. Once Parliament passes the finance bill, it goes to the President of Kenya for assent. The President has options. He can sign it into law, at which point it becomes the Finance Act and takes effect on the 1st of July. He can refer it back to Parliament with concerns. Or, in extraordinary circumstances, it can be challenged in court. When the President signs it, it is no longer a bill. It is now the law of the land. So how does this hit your pocket? Every time the Finance Act increases excise duty on fuel, you pay more at the pump. Every time it introduces a levy on cooking oil, the price at your kiosk goes up. Every time it taxes mobile data, your bundles become more expensive. The Finance Act is not just a document for economists. It is the document that determines your cost of living. It touches every Kenyan. That is exactly why public participation is not just a right. It is a responsibility. Now, the finance bill starts at the Treasury, goes through Cabinet, lands in Parliament, passes through public participation, gets debated by your elected MPs, and finally, only with the President's signature, becomes the Finance Act. In our next video, we'll break down what happened with the Finance Bill 2024, why Kenyans rejected it, what the Constitution says about that, and what it means for your rights. If this video helped you understand your country better, share it. Subscribe, because knowing your rights starts with knowing your laws. Asante. Tutanana.